So I seen a few of y'all recommend Black Lagoon to me, and I listened. Gang, this was one hell of an experience. So much of an experience that like I finished this entire show in a day. That's something that I ain't doing like a fat ass minute. I even watched this instead of football, and that's wild. Football was on. I don't really prioritize much over football like that on Sundays and shit. I really didn't have any expectations coming in to this when watching this simply because I don't hear a whole lot about this show necessarily. But I tell you what, I don't think I've ever experienced an anime that walked like the fine line like this every episode. There is no way that this will fly in the modern day. None at all. And quite frankly, I love like how blunt, dark, and super real this show can be while maintaining a nice, healthy serving of like comedy and shit, if that makes sense. There really ain't a lot of shows like this, and that's a shame that it probably like won't be because this shit is like super real, bro. But that's enough, yeah, bro. Let's chop it up. I should have knew that this show was about to be funny as hell as soon as I seen this one particular moment.
Now, all that's in front of me is the shimmering water of the South China Sea. The stirring winds.
Nigga, in all my years of watching shit, I have never seen a nigga get punched out of narration like that. That's such a funny ass way to introduce the main character, folks. Again, the sequels is pretty good in my opinion. I think that it does a really good job at establishing our main cast, and it really hooked me considering that like I don't know this nigga and he getting held at gunpoint by a bad bitch. Like Rock starts off in this super like dire situation on some like BET movie type shit, on some like I bet you guys wonder how it ended up like this type shit. Like that's why I like that shit is so interesting off rip. And it somehow manages to get 100 times worse when these pirates take him hostage and he finds out that his own company could declare him like pretty much dead while they were on the phone with the nigga. Like, yo, like you should have sent an American company for this. Sound like some American ass shit going on right here. Then it gets even worse because they sent this weird ass nigga to come smoke them niggas. It's funny seeing how this nigga Rock reacts to this shit, because usually like in some anime, niggas be getting tossed into bullshit with no experience and said bullshit, but niggas be acting like the most composed and experienced nigga ever. But hell no, not Rock. This nigga is tweaking. This nigga bitching. The nigga even grabbed a life vest and tried to get the on for. Like this shit was funny as hell. He just reacted like a regular nigga for now. And he's still funny as hell for throwing that gun in the water. I still don't know why the he did that.
I'm getting real hard right now just imagining how they're gonna react to a situation like this.
See what I mean, folks? This nigga alright, bro. Like what's wrong with this nigga, G? It's pretty funny seeing folks like tweak out when they were facing certain deaths too. Like that nigga Dutch uppercutted that nigga shit. He uppercutted the shit out of that nigga. And that nigga woke up suggesting the plans to survive, and Dutch talking about go back to sleep. It's something really wrong with this nigga Rock though, man. Like it's something really wrong with this nigga. And it gets way worse later on, folks. But they was really trying to let us know like this shit fairly early. Only a nut ass nigga will come up with a plan that he came up with, folks. Nigga ramped off that bitch like Tony Hawk and placed a torpedo on that nigga bottom lip, folks. Pause. That sounds a little crazy. The conclusion to this whole sequence was super satisfying. This is like that starting point of like Rock's evolution as a character.
And by the way, my name is Rock now.
Hey, cause you talking about bitch. This shit hit, folks, and I don't know why this moment gives me like it gives me the same exact feeling like watching the nigga get dunked on. Like I was just glad that Rock was actually like standing up for himself, even though he was joining like a brutal like pirate crew, and we was probably concerned with like his safety and shit. But since he was so sure, we were too, type shit, if that makes sense. And by this time, we got like pretty acquainted with Dutch, Revy, and Benny and how different each one of their personalities is gonna be. And you wonder how Rock is gonna fit in here.
There's a noose left hanging, intended for some unknown person.
Hey look, these niggas in touchdown in Alabama. After the intro, they kind of established like Black Lagoon's home, which is like a very treacherous city named Morenipur. The best way to describe Morenipur is like GTA Online with occasional special events that the whole city get in on, if that makes sense. Probably one of the worst places to live, you in like Rock position, but it'll be 1,000 times worse if he was just alone. Robbers, scammers, murderers, drug dealers, arsonists, pimps. There's even a dangerous ass war general with a whole army stationed here. It's been a little while getting Rock acclimated with the city and his new family, and like we get their first like quote unquote job with Rock as a new member. Benny ass tweaking on the road, G. His ass driving funny as hell. We also get introduced to one of the 3 scariest women in the show, Bella Lyca. More on her later. We get a little confirmation on like what we were all assuming, that Revy's backstory was like horrible and sad. I think we were all assuming that at that point. And we get a glimpse of how gross she actually is with weapons. This is by no means one of the best action sequences in the show. And Photoman took out 6 ships alone with just a few weapons. Think about that shit. This is merely a preview. This is the Pistol Pete project before Ballin' Like I'm Kobe, if I may. The next sequence is where you get to see the real shit. Speaking of the next sequence, I didn't expect these niggas to be fighting whole ass Nazis, G. That just wasn't on my bingo card, folks. Like, bro, a casual Hitler flick on the wall is crazy, nigga. Is Elon Musk on this boat, G? Like, what's going on? Nigga just sitting here 90, like what the fuck? It's funny, I thought Dutch was being like cool, buying him that scuba gear since folks talking about like he did it on vacation once. Nah, that nigga had a job for him to do. That's why he bought that shit. Dutch was like, oh, you got experience, huh, nigga? All right, bet. I really love this whole sequence though, folks. I feel like it did a lot for the characters. And it was just like raw ass action sequences too. First off, bro, these niggas are actual Nazis, bro. They're really doing a job for a nigga that collects like Nazi artwork. Like, nigga, all the shit in the world, and you decide to collect artwork from like the most horrendous group of people on the planet, damn near.
Antique collector in Spain. And this guy's hobby happens to be collecting Nazi artwork.
That's a pretty f***ed up hobby.
That's what I'm saying.
These niggas Nazis, bro. They got the red armband, the uniform. These niggas even got an anthem, bro. Like a whole ass anthem. This low key like Rock real first job too. So the tension's already kind of high. But boy, when they got to that sub, him and Revy had that one-on-one talk, folk. Damn, boy. It was like a combination of feelings I was feeling. It was like, one, oh my God, Revy is terrifying. Me sitting across from her and she's staring at me like that will make me piss and shit myself at the same time. 2, I'm like sad because her childhood was shit, and that's something that I can resonate with. Not that ass though, but she had to smoke niggas and steal as a jet. Like, that's a lot to deal with as like a shorty shit. 3, like, damn, you threatened to kill this nigga because all he wanted to do is pick your brain and like get to know his team. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. Rock kind of questioned her way of life and how she thinks about people. But I don't think something like that is worth like threatening to put a nigga in the dirt for, if that makes sense. Like, am I tweaking here? He was trying, but like, it's not like his intentions were bad with it. He just didn't want to loot them niggas because he respected their graves, which is also a little crazy on the other side too, because these niggas were whole ass Nazis. These aren't the most like morally sound group of niggas like out there. Their belief is based off them eradicating people that they feel are inferior. So I can see like the side of niggas that didn't want to respect their graves too. I can see Revy's side of it. Regardless, Revy was not with that. He was not with Rock challenging her like that. So much to the point where like her and Dutch got to the ship to board that bitch. I felt bad for them niggas because gang, look at her face. Like, she looked like she was about to clear this motherfucker out faster than the bad bomb will clear out a Smash Brothers tournament type shit. Like, bro, look at how she just walking around this hoe. She look like bloodlusted Hisoka, no bullshit. This is no longer Revy, fool. She's ascended to repass Revy, wiping every nigga in the room out, fool. Like, excuse me, watch out, nigga. She even walked into a room of unarmed niggas. Damn near like freelance innocent sailor niggas. She was about to send them niggas to the other world too until Dutch stopped her ass, told her ass to lock in. Honestly, I really thought them niggas was about to shoot each other. Like, that was a cold little trick they played on them niggas. Shit, it would have fooled me too. That nigga Dutch was smoking shit too. They don't call this nigga Dutch for no reason, folks. They call this nigga Dutch because he administer a new pack every time you pop out, folks. He said, click clack, hey, click clack, shake fast. Click clack, watch yourself. One thing I love about this show is how like tastelessly racist it can be for some niggas. But the show doesn't like single out a single group. Like, this bitch damn near racist to everyone. It's not cool to be racist, obviously, but if you evenly distribute it, it makes it a little bit better. And like, bro, Black Lagoon do it in such a funny way, for shit's so damn funny. Even as a nigga, there were 2 funny ass things that happened in this sequence that I laughed at hysterically. Nothing could have prepared me for this line, bro. Like, fuck. It's a shame that you're black. I ain't never been blindsided by a racist comment before. She had me laughing until my side hurt, but that's one of the funniest lines in the whole show. And that's coming from a nigga, folks. And the little game that Revy him played was funny as hell too. Revy say, I call black. I was like, what did she talk about? And then she gave a nigga the empty gun and he tried to shoot Dutch first. That shit was funny. That sequence did a really great job at giving us a full look at like Rock's situation. And it even built up tension in between Rock and Revy that literally had to get hashed out for them to move forward in a healthy way. So we had something to look forward to after this sequence as well. Dutch a real ass nigga too, folks, because he's seen all this happening between Rock and Revy. And he set it up so Rock and Revy had to run errands and do shit together, like damn near the next day, in hopes to like mend their relationship kinda. And this is a really cool sequence too, because we really got to see Rock really show Revy firsthand like that he's useful. Without Rock, they wouldn't have got that weapon that Revy wanted. Hell, they wouldn't even be alive from the first episode or the first couple episodes. And then we got the best part about the episode, man. That nigga Rock verbally walked Revy down, like, and didn't give a what she was talking about, man. He ain't care about no threats, no nothing, folks. Revy was folding under pressure like shit. Like, bro, listen to this.
Maybe you can tell me who kept the church from becoming a bloodbath today. Revy, I'm not gonna apologize anymore.
One dribble. Hey, yeah, stop. Check up, nigga. Check up.
In that case, I'll say it again.
Step tween.
I didn't make any mistakes.
Step tween snatch.
Nothing to apologize for.
Spin move. Where you going, nigga? Come back. Come back, get this wife, nigga.
Shame.
Even pole to this nigga head, folks. Didn't care, folks. Blocked by James.
My name is Rock.
Yeah, nigga. One dribble.
Now I'm supposed to be kissing your ass.
Double behind the back.
What joke is this?
You
Let it know, folks.
arrogant son of
It's Rock.
a... Why don't you tell me? A guy like you who spent his life in a safe little bubble has no idea what I've been through.
Good move,
There's
good move.
no way I can
Check
know
out though.
that. Other than the fact that I'm white collar, what do you know about me?
Heading
It doesn't matter
snatch,
who you are
spin move,
or how you live.
between the
You
leg,
all have to
over
suffer.
tween, throw over tween, behind the back.
You have no intention
Look how
of
getting broke
understanding
down.
that.
Like, yeah, Rock, talk your shit though. Like, talk your shit, gang. Hey, like real shit. Look at these niggas, look at these lovebirds bumping cigs. How romantic. my fault. And niggas know what this next sequence is, boy. The Roberta sequence is so special, bro. We gonna need a full play-by-play of this bitch. So let's just set the scene. I usually don't do fight breakdowns and shit like this, but we're gonna do this CJ the Champ style. If this is way too much funny shit to talk about, let's set the scene, man. So obviously, Black Lagoon is a group of pirates that transport pretty much anything. We know this at this point. In this particular job, they're supposed to transport this little boy who's now like the head of this like cartel family type shit. But the cartel really don't got the bread like that, so niggas ain't really got to worry about like an army coming to get this nigga while they transport him type shit. So you think like, cool, this is gonna be a simple little job type shit. Then Shorty started talking about like the only staff member they got is a maid. And I'm thinking like, all right, one little maid ain't gonna do shit. Like, bro, we got Revy, Dutch, we gonna be Gucci, folks. Then Garcia, the little nigga they transporting, said something very concerning that immediately caught my attention. I know I'm not the only one that thought about this. He said, yeah, we got a maid, but she's not good at cooking or cleaning. I said, I said, then what the f are you a maid for? Cause last time I checked, cooking and cleaning were two barriers that you have to clear to actually be a maid. Then I thought about the show that I was watching. I was like, and it hit me. I was like, damn, oh, this bitch about to be John Wick, ain't she? And even in hindsight, that might f around and still be an understatement. So them niggas say, all right, we about to go to the bar and get a drink, and we're gonna get ready to transport little folks to mob. Then they cut to Bella Lyca, another one of the scariest women in this show by far. And she got the drop on this maid and found out that she used to be like a soldier, and they call Shorty ass the Bloodhound of Valencia. And I say, oh, that's quite the name. Like real shit. And you just don't get a name like that without a crazy ass body count. So my concern for Black Lagoon safety is rising astronomically at this point. Then, while Benny get the whipping that bitch viciously, Garcia tell Revy that this maid is stronger than her. And Revy get the laughing at this nigga. No, bro. No. He just can't be saying that shit out of delusion, folks. Like, I know he's just a shorty, but that's a bold statement to make to Revy, folks. So unfortunately, the maid is now at the bar that they pulling up to, and she getting confronted by a group of niggas. She ain't really say too much, folks. She ain't really saying too much. They out there calling her all type of bitches and shit, disrespecting her, and she just responding politely and shit. That's not a good sign, man. Then Black Lagoon show up, and that's what shit started to get real, folks. I seen that holding the umbrella, and then I just seen a ball of fire pop out that bitch. And the first nigga just got sent flying. I'm damn for I don't know, that nigga got hit with a pellet or a Pokemon attack. The fuck him out that umbrella. All them niggas Up pole, shorty say, hey, do as you wish if you think that shit gonna help. And shit, they blew them bitches. Shit, she hit this little elegant ass cartwheel, folks, and then she opened the umbrella. That bitch got the nerve to act as cover and be like bulletproof. Like, bro, who the f made this? And who else would need this? It better be a one of a kind. This Meemaw walk your grandson down for his applesauce ass gun. Fuck, this bitch was manufactured by a Chicago grandma that didn't want to be defenseless no more. They call her ass 051 Gram, and she claims stone. She talking about the niggas that shooting at her got the nerve to stop and start grinning like the job is done or some shit. Hello? Like, did you not see the bullets bounce off that bitch? Am I tweaking? Roberta ass say, all right, it's my turn. Fuck! Made that first nigga 12. You thought she had ankle breaker, spin cycle. Click clack, fuck! And then almost pancaked the second nigga damn near out the bar, folks. Like out the front door. Like, damn, boy, this bitch pack a punch? Excuse me, miss bitch, why is this hitting so hard? Her ass get the emoting, folks, spinning around, folks. Big folks run up and try to surrender when she up that bitch. Click clack, fuck! I don't even know if that nigga even exists anymore, gang. Look at the cloud of smoke. Where is he? His gun just came up. I ain't even see that nigga no more. Then she just get to playing dome on their ass. First person type shit. Click clack, fuck! Click clack, watch out, fuck! And sent a nigga 20 feet out the window for just airing this hoe out. Dutch's real nigga instinct kick in. Like, shorty was like, yeah, probably get the fuck out of here, Rock, folk. Rock, you leave that little nigga here. If she want him, she can have him. Revy loud ass get them caught. And shit, Revy did the only thing she really knew. She took that little nigga for ransom for some reason. Couldn't tell you why. Obviously, she's not happy about her master being held hostage. And shorty up that suitcase, and I'm like, what she got in there? Like, you know, clothes? You know? We found out very fast that it wasn't clothes nor toiletry. It was an arsenal capable of supplying a small militia, if you may. And she up that suitcase and let that bitch sing. Folks. That bitch said, melodies from heaven rain down on me. Revy had to duck off, try to duck off behind that counter, and then a whole ass rocket came out that bitch. I was like, hold on, fuck. That barrel was small as hell. Poor suitcase must have delivered a baby, fuck. Like, what the fuck? Wait, how did this bitch get through TSA? Who let her travel with this shit? Who could have stopped her from traveling with this shit if they wanted to? My fault, never mind. Anyway, that RPG knocked Revy clean out, folks. So Dutch was like, all right, I'm cool, folks. Let's go, for Rock. Tweak ass took that little nigga, unfortunately, and Roberta was still at the bar and shit, and then folding them like it's one of the niggas she was confronting. Folding them was like, I know who you are and we got you surrounded type shit. Like, I know who you are, Bloodhound of Valencia, and start talking all this shit. And then her ass say, shit, it's been a fun time, but I must say goodbye now. And Shorty say she got a parting gift. I'm like, yeah, that's not good. Shorty lift up her skirt, and shorty ass hit a little curtsy, folk. And I say, oh, that's some cute shit. And then 15 knees popped up from under her skirt, bro. Like, yo, how heavy are you, Joe? Like, how you moving like this with all that shit, man? She blow that bitch clean up for that bar. Box. Then Black Lagoon, that little nigga, take off in the car for, as they should. You know, she should have left the little nigga there. But Roberta walked out that bitch, out that burning bar, like Mass Kane, folks, just straight aura farming in that bitch. But she just standing in the aftermath and all that shit. And Rock say some funny ass shit in the car, folks.
Now I know. That maid is a killer robot from the future. The only difference is that we don't have Schwarzenegger here.
Like, bro, now is not the time for shut your goofy ass up. You play too much now. That shit was so funny though, fuck. And I know I'm not the only one that think about this. These niggas low-key was driving for a minute, and Roberta somehow then procured a fresh foreign from God knows who, and she done already caught up to these niggas, dog. Now these niggas in the high speed. She get to hitting they shit. Pause. Dutch pull out his revolver and get to find that car up, folks. That ain't do shit, obviously. Then Roberta pull up right beside folks and grab this nigga arm, folks. And this nigga is trying to fight her off with all his might, and that shit does absolutely nothing. And reminds you, this nigga Dutch is like a 6'8" playmaking glass cleaner. This a big ass nigga, folks. He ain't got no choice but to be somewhat strong as shit. And this little Latina cyborg is just manhandling this nigga with no problem, no issues, fuck. He somehow gets free, she spins out, and then Benny swerve that bitch and get gone, as he should. You think they got some distance by now, right? Hell no. This bitch Roberta has procured yet another foreign and somehow then ollied this motherfucker up to a rooftop. And somehow she bounces the tires off a parked car after jumping off the roofs, off the parked car to their right. and flip that whole nose first. And she sends shots at them while flipping. Bitch just front side impossible the whip, G. like on some Pro Skater 4 shit. I've seen a stunt like that. Me personally, if I'm Rock, the young master is going wherever she wants him to go. that's just me. This bitch done did some Dom Toretto shit, and I already drew the line at that Nader ass suitcase she was carrying around. So I'm telling little folks to press Y, or I'm Heisman stiff arming your ass right out that door. But no, Rock wants to be a good guy. Folk, Benny trying to peel off on that bitch, folk, and then that bitch was not starting. So then they gonna cut back to Roberta, and bro, look at this. Watch this. She just went from standing to full speed at 1 ms. Her 0 to 60 time has gotta be a world record. Not only did Roberta steal foreigns, nigga, she is the foreign. She running behind they shit full form, perfect stride. And she keeping up, folks. For I know you hear her shoes, for that clack gotta be the scariest shit ever, cause that shit was picking up hella speed. Her shit say clack, 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 clack. Like I'd be shitting myself, nigga. And look at how she just cut up maintaining her speed. Get this bitch a Bears jersey right now. What you doing? That was an excellent cross route, nigga. Like that's unguardable on the break. For I don't see no DB stopping that shit. No linebacker. Shorty jump out the gym and catch the car with a knife on some freak shit without the grease shit. Dutch pulled that 38 back out, try to peel her shit. Missed all them bitches, obviously. So now she's just on top of that shit. Shorty pull out them twin Glocks and do her best Marvin Harrison impression and just get to find them bitches down for making them bitches cha-cha on top of the car for shooting in the roof. Benny like swerved that bitch and like hit a shipping container. Ended up in the shipping yard somewhere. And her ass was pinned in that shipping container. Bro, I shit you not. He looked down for 1 second. And then he looked back up, but her ass was just squatting down, or a farmer. Like, hello? At this point, bro, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm Rock, I'm gonna ask Dutch for his revolver. And Dutch ass gonna be like, but Rock, this isn't gonna kill her. Yeah, but I know who it is gonna kill, nigga. Give me that goddamn gun. Then Revy ass talking about, I'm a fighter. Like, bro, I get it, bro. Your ass was unconscious, but can I at least tell you what happened when you was making nappy EP time, fo? Maybe that changed your mind, G. Like, Revy, fo, you too bad to be dying this early, G. Her ass was not listening. So they ass had a good old fashioned shootout. Both of their ass got omni movement. Matter of fact, if you squint hard enough, it's like Shotzi versus Simp on Shipment, for exact same shit. It's funny because they ain't even get to fight for that long. A gunfight between these two is damn near bound to destroy the whole city. So Bella Lyka brought her entire cast of fucking Call of Duty cover athletes to make sure they put a stop to this shit. And like, as if they ain't get enough like a fight, and they both just agreed to throw them bitches, man. And Roberta got Revy really good, G. Got her ass really good. She told Revy ass like, excuse me, your shoes is untied. Bro, I shit you not, the frame that Revy looked down, Roberta put them Pippi long stockings she got on her feet into sport mode and uppercut at the fuck out of her. I ain't never seen no distance get closed that fast. Roberta might have meter burned that bitch or drive rushed it, bro. Like, ain't no way. Actually, hold on. Play that back. Listen closely. You ain't even hear no clack clacks on the run up, bro. This bitch done broke the sound barrier. And now Revy teeth in her brain. Like, god damn, boy. After beating the shit out of each other for several hours. Then they finally ended it. Roberta won. Dustin in the Roberta arc. Or does it? The sequence didn't even do much for like the characters for real. This arc's goal was to like show how different Roberta was and securing her in the third spot of the Scary Woman Triforce. The next sequence was a little job they did on the island. I think this sequence is cool. It's a little weaker than the others as far as like character development and really funny ass moments, but like this sequence did a couple things that I love. I really like how they challenge Rock here by reminding him of his whole life by introducing like someone from his home country and giving Revy a new friend, which is a super racist depiction of a Taiwanese woman. Very racist. So like I said, everyone gets it in this show.
Yes, Twinkie, I'm ready. You don't forget when we finish job, I carve some meat off your ass, stupid whore.
And she talk funny as hell, for like every time she open her mouth, for she say some funny ass shit. Now the second season picks shit up dramatically because this is where they introduced them sick ass twins, bro. Man, these niggas are creepy, folks. These two little demons went on a crazy ass killing spree. But I got one question. Who the fuck sold that little girl that bar with long barrel on that bitch like that? I kind of like what they did with this though, folks, because they did something really like different with this. This is like a murder mystery, like manhunt type thing in a city full of like killers. Like, it's kind of cool. Unfortunately, them little niggas with the wrong person. Bella Lyka's fury was on full display, on full force in this shit. And it makes sense because them niggas killed her men. Like they killed one of her homies, folks. We seen Bella Lyka like peek into Black Lagoon situation and shit, but at this point we ain't never see like the full thing like centered around her. But that's what we get here. Bro, that face up between her and that little nigga was wild, cause she ain't up a finger, folks. That nigga was sniped some crazy.
You're pretty funny.
I said kneel.
Like, bro, get this nigga a raise, bro. Like, I was wondering like how Black Lagoon was gonna find a way to get caught up in this shit, but they ended up transporting the other twin just because it like paid good bread, essentially going against Bella Lyka and her army. I'm not gonna lie, when Rock was in there with the little girl, I was pretty conflicted. So with how fucked these two little niggas were in the head and how much they enjoy murder and then like their brother and sister time, I'll just call it that. All of that is like surefire signs that they must have went through something like horrible when they were kids. And when we finally got to their backstory, I found myself actually feeling bad for them. It's kind of crazy. Which is wild because these niggas enjoy murder and they literally like tortured a nigga and kind of like bonded over it with a smile on their face the whole way through. But they're still like little kids though. And me personally, like if you know me, I don't really vibe with like kids going through shit they ain't supposed to go through or seeing things they ain't supposed to see. And they probably had some of the worst trauma like available. Even after saying all that, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. When folks shot her ass on that dock, man, that shit was kind of funny, folks. It was kind of sad at the same time. Moments before that shit, she had an infatuation with something as simple as like the blue sky. And that makes you think maybe in another lifetime, if there was like some normalcy, that normalcy could have been the catalyst for her to change. But I also understand the other side of that shit and Bella Lyka's side because there's too much blood on her hands. And in Bella Lyka's case, she got the wrong blood on her hands. The next little mini arc was cool too. Long story short, there's this woman with this whole like counterfeiting operation and the whole city wants her head for real. Pause. Not that head. The other, like they want to kill her ass. And then this ends up getting Black Lagoon caught up in some bullshit with Etta and having the whole island like hunting after them niggas essentially because she has a bounty and they protecting her type shit. And it's funny, I like the aspect that I like is like even with the people they kind of cool with too. I really like this arc because it mainly like keeps the whole like Roanapur as a cutthroat city type of idea. It keeps that up. Like these niggas living in a real life battle royale every single day, folks. And it doesn't do much as far as like character development and shit, but this shit is still super funny. Actually, I'm lying. They actually drop a little nugget of info that came in like at the end of like Etta being part of the CIA, which is a pretty big surprise. Don't get me wrong. Also, everything doesn't have to be super story driven. It's just not much to say besides this is more of like what you love from this show, or what you expect from this show, if that makes sense. It's just not as important as other arcs, if that makes sense. Now to the Japan trip. The Japan trip, on the other hand, was a really story driven arc. And I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect them to go in a direction and completely leave Ranipur, but I damn sure didn't expect Rock to go back home. And I double damn sure and respect Revy to tag along. I did not expect that. It's hard to imagine Revy just being normal around normal people and like behaving herself, but she kind of did for Rock's sake, and which is kind of cool. Revy has developed a little bit more into like a mild manner, like a little bit. Like she's still, she's still Revy. A softer side to her because of Rock. And it's pretty cool. Like it was pretty cool to see Rock interact with someone like seemingly normal from his hometown. Keyword, seemingly. But a lot of that shit faded when I saw that Asian paint piece she was walking around with. When she said this nigga name was Genji, I was like, oh yeah, he kills niggas. no question about it. Like, nigga, I played Overwatch. I know ball. Like, I know for it. You don't get no name like Genji without being a raw ass nigga, man. I knew some shit was up when I seen Rock was like translating for Bella Lyka. And if you weren't convinced of how scary Bella Lyka is at this point, after this arc, it should be pretty clear. I'm not gonna lie. Yukio's story kind of bogus, man. I don't like what they did to her, man. It's so real though. Like this isn't like the twins. Like you were kind of in the middle with the twins because they did some horrible shit for like it was a lot of blood in their hands and there was some sick ass niggas. Yukio is a completely innocent little girl that shouldn't even been caught up in none of that bullshit. And Rock knew that shit. And that's why he even like damn near risked his life to save her. I ain't gonna lie. Genji and Revy like teaming up was pretty fire, gang. And you knew Genji was about to be a cold nigga because this nigga don't got no gun. All he got is a sword, gang, and folks did not disappoint. How they smoked that blonde hair nigga was so wild, folks. Bro, he cut folks' hands off and threw him in the pool and held that nigga head in the water because he couldn't swim. Like, bro, that shit crazy. And then Genji talking about, you deserve a way worse death. Like, hold on, fuck, that's a pretty horrible way to die. Pretty bad way to die already, Genji. But that's just me, though. That conversation between Yukio and Rock was interesting, I guess. It gives me a bit of an uneasy feeling watching her like convince herself that she chose this life and this is how things were always destined to be and shit. Maybe I misinterpreted this convo, but it seemed like a lot of Yukio claims about Rock's freedom seem kind of baseless because she really don't know this nigga like at all. But then again, I did hear her say like convincing herself that this was her choice kind of helps her like keep it together. So it kind of makes sense why she's holding on to her ideals like that. Shit's sad to see though, regardless, man. Rock is literally trying his hardest to help her. She is not going, and even like going as far as calling that nigga her enemy. And it's crazy because he even like got Bella Lyca not to kill her and Genji. But by that time, she'd already like cracked under the pressure. Shit, she even tried to kidnap that nigga. Yeah, Soo-young, put that Gen 5 down. Like that bitch is a smidgen too much for you, gang. Not gonna lie. Genji versus Revy was a hard ass fight, man. You kind of knew it was gonna come to this eventually, but obviously nobody wanted it to. Revy raw, because if I shot at that nigga, he cut that bullet perfectly in half, fight's over. I seen Afro Samurai, bitch. I know ball, you not finna fool me. After Revy won and I seen Yukio pick up Genji's sword, I was like, she ain't gonna do what I think she gonna do, is she? Yep. He does exactly that. A real nasty way to end this, but there's a lesson in this too. Even though like there are a bunch of cutthroat, horrible niggas in Ryanapur, that don't mean the world outside of there can't share those exact same sentiments. And from this point on, like Rock was never really the same. But we're gonna get to more of that in the character section. In the last sequence, niggas knew what the people wanted, so they brought Roberta back for the last hurrah. And I might as well break this bitch down too, fuck. This should start off a little wild, folks.
You just want that poontang all to yourself, don't you?
Like what's up with all these niggas? With all these niggas in that in this show, man, on this weird shit, man. Anyway, they go through Roberta's backstory. One day without even consulting Garcia, Shorty just said, fuck it. It's Get Back Gang. And now she's missing. That's not a good thing. That's not a good sign, folks. Fast forward, and Revy's like at the bar and like describing Roberta. And they gonna cut to somebody walking in the bar, and there go that sound again. You hit them Pippi Longstockers for you hit them bitches get the clacking slowly in that bitch. You like, uh-oh. See, Revy was asleep when they got hawked down, but Rock should have immediately recognized that sound, folks. So I'm over here thinking like, oh shit, not again. She's back. Then they show her it's this little girl wearing a similar outfit. See, normally this would be like a relief because you like, oh, it's a little girl, it's not Roberta, like, you know. But it made me even more terrifying because there's many Robertas out there as well, nigga. Like, what? Nigga, I would have turned around and fainted like a bitch. As if one unkillable vibrator bitch wasn't enough. This one seemed cool. Like, she just asked Revy and Rock to go see Garcia at the hotel, for nothing crazy, just a simple request. But nah, you know what show you watching. Niggas get the tweaking, underestimating little folks. Like, she ain't dressed with the same devious attire as the scariest thing these niggas have ever seen. And I really mean it when I say this, bro. Nothing could have prepared me for the first move of this fight. When she kicked that leg up, I was like, oh, she about to kick him in the nuts. That's not too bad. But then the blade popped out the heel. I was like, wait. And then she connected, nigga. God damn. Like, fuck, folks. Real quick, for all my niggas out there, I know we all felt like secondhand embarrassment before, but have y'all ever felt like secondhand shit for somebody getting hit in the nuts? Like, I can't be the only one, G. Like, you feel it when you see somebody get hit in the nuts. You like, ooh, I wonder, like, that pain gotta be the worst shit in the world. That's how I felt with this. And if you think about it, it can't get much worse than this personally. I'd rather die than have that happen to me, folks. And honestly, every time I see this, it's hard not to imagine the unfathomable pain that folks must have felt going through that. And Lil Berta wasn't done there, folks. Now, I'm no fashion designer by any means, but it didn't look like it was quite enough sleeve to conceal those akimbo thunky wonky she pulled out them bitches. That could just be me though. I could just be tweaking. But anyway, this fight was actually kind of surprising because apparently no one died, allegedly. Lil Berta delivered the most lethal, non-lethal ass whoopings you will probably ever see. Matter of fact, this might be the first time I ever seen akimbo non-lethal shotguns. These little niggas was getting pancake blocked with every squeeze of the trigger. That just can't be healthy, bro. Like, I feel like it gotta cause some internal bleeding somewhere, folks. And then the reinforcement pull up and they just get to fire that whole bar down. Cause I mean, they heard someone like Roberta's here. I'll do the same shit. I guess Lil Berta decided to ease up on that whole no killing type beat because in true Big Berta fashion, her ass pulled out a GL, folks, just for good luck. And once again, I'm not sure if those garments were big enough to accommodate and conceal that hole, but I digress. Someone died. Someone died after she fired that shit. Ain't no such thing as no non-lethal grenade launchers. I don't want to hear that shit. So fast forward, they go meet with Garcia. This nigga Garcia like a grown man now. Like, this little nigga's demeanor done changed so much. And they fill us in on what Roberta has been up to. And they let us know a diabolical feat that she's accomplished ever since she's been gone. They show us a picture of the group of men that they believe are responsible for bombing that killed Garcia's father. And Roberta has managed to track down and kill every single one of them just by looking at one photo. She probably only looked at this bitch one time too. Do you understand how wild that is? Like, she has to be the Bloodhound from Apex Legends, bro, because there's no other way to explain how she pulled this shit off. These aren't just regular niggas either. Like, you mean to tell me I can't even flick up, G? Like, what if I got a decent fit on and my haircut look nice? I can't even flick up for the hoes for the one time for to tell them I look nice, like without getting hunted down by this fiend. And you know what makes this 10 times worse? Roberta out here taking perks, folks. Like, bro, what you on, folks? And she ain't just taking one or two. Her ass pouring them bitches down the hatch like niggas do when they're at the bottom of their chip bag type shit. Like, what you on, folks? Nah, go your ass to sleep, gang. They set out the goal. The goal is to get to Roberta before she comes into contact with the Americans from the photo. And unfortunately, those Americans are already in Rwanda. And Roberta literally just walked into the bar, that destroyed bar. He walked up to that bartender. And you know what she told that nigga? She told that nigga, it's gonna be a war out here, shorty. Peace and blessings. So unfortunately, Roberta is already back in Rwanda. So Rock decides to help for some reason. Probably because he wanted to actually finally save someone successfully. I get it. All the top dogs of the city then had a meeting because they know shit about to go down and all the pieces are now in play. The hunt for Roberta is on, and boy, did this shit start crazy. Every gun Roberta has had so far has been ridiculous. But this sniper rifle should have looked crazy, folks. Like, this sniper rifle is wild. I feel like most of her arsenal came off of websites called Hey Gang, This Is A Bit Much.com and Who The Fuck Are Your Ops.net. This shit is wild for even like Rwanda standards. She's shooting this bitch with one hand, bro, controlling the recoil and all, bro. That bitch probably weigh more than Jorgen von Strangle's wand. And Phonomad just find that bitch. Hand. Like, bro, I surrender. I give up. And I don't know if you niggas took a real close look at that bitch, but what kind of sniper rifle needs a 6-round grenade launcher underbarrel attachment? Like, bro, she's cheating. Like, I don't care if you got primary gunfight on that bitch. Create a class not letting you do that shit. They run up on her ass while she reloading, and obviously the niggas don't get the job done. But look at what these bullets are doing to niggas. That second nigga is gonna be buried as a fitted cap, sleeves, and some legs in a pair of pants. That bullet hit him so hard that he don't even exist no more. His top half is gone. She continues wreaking havoc throughout all the city. And honestly, I don't even know why she just didn't call in the nuke in the lobby. The bitch already on the 200 kill streak by now. But whatever, they catch her in this building. And Garcia's in this building too. Apparently there's a real nigga amongst the ranks, because this nigga was low-key giving her ass that work, folks. You giving her ass a pause. Weave the elbow into a low, strong straight, sidesteps the kicks, and then Tiger knees her. Like, hold on, folks, this nigga knows the matchup. Hold on. Baited the jab pressure and blocked and realized that he was plus and punished it with another gun punch until a grab confirmed. Like, this nigga might win Evo, folks. He just might win Evo. Everything was looking good until he tried to recruit her ass. And then niggas gon' nigga, folks. And I'm not gonna lie. She got that nigga good. See, if you look past all this crazy shit and look at it, like, look at Roberta objectively, she bad. She's really bad. She got to play in that role, so I completely understand this nigga's demise. I tell you what, you wrap her legs around me like that, personally, I'm log captain. Brick 1 by 1, if you may. This shit about to sound wild as hell, but that shit sounds entirely too moist. Like, they're not even having sex, they're just kissing like wetly and loud. Shit sound like two lakes having a boxing match with a tsunami ring. Lil Garcia in there about to throw up because his maid in the next room getting slutted out viciously. So Roberta take her pants off and shit, folks. And I got a decent look at that belt buckle. I was like, that motherfucker a little too gold and a little too shimmering for my liking, folks. And that's when I made my conclusion, like, yeah, there might be a douchka in that bitch. And surprise, surprise, there was. She's already had a douchka in the umbrella, a douchka in the suitcase, a douche case, if you may. How much wilder is a blicky belt buckle? Think about that. Smoke that nigga. Folks are sitting there thinking with their own head, and honestly, I can't blame him, man. Garcia hit that corner and say, please, Roberta, I don't want to play Warzone with you no more. You taking all the kills, nigga. As you can tell by how she looking, Them perks eating her alive, folks. Her heart and her central nervous system probably hitting this shit, folks. Shorty was hallucinating so bad that her ass convinced herself that Garcia wasn't even there, and that's her mind messing with her. And to prove it, instead of just like, you know, not believing and ignoring that nigga and ignoring what she sees, she just tries to shoot the nigga. Like, yeah, I think you missed some steps, Perk Berta. I think you missed some. Like, bro, I'm not gonna even waste my breath on the AFO. You good? Because obviously you're not. Obviously. Thankfully, US actually swooped in and helped someone for a change, and they actually saved Garcia and get up out that jam as they should. Then Revy crew show up and they get their ass absolutely handed to them. Good lord, folks. Taiwanese Shorty pre-fire the corner with her blade. Shorty catch that bitch with her teeth and get the growling like DMX on Def Jam when the special bar is full, for straight tweakage. Then the cleaner Shorty rushed her down with that extendo ass chainsaw she got. She break that hoe somehow. Then Aura Farm and goofy ass nigga get kicked in the nuts like, yeah, I already knew that was gonna happen. And I'm like, damn, that was kind of free. Fabiola tries to talk some sense into her and then quickly realizes that them perks have induced some kind of CTE. Now the head maid's favorite color is currently 27, so she just let her be. Fast forward even more, the American niggas finally get to somewhat safety and they're preparing to like get away from Perk Berta for good and like go to sea and shit. And then you guessed it, Photonum, Perk Berta has procured another vehicle, and this time it's a motorbike. It's not a foreign, surprisingly. Before this shit get any worse, Bella Like say, all right, that's enough. And hits Roberta ass with the Triforce of RP and G. Hit her ass directly with 3 RPG shots. Now that gotta be enough, right? Hell no. They show later on that she's perfectly fine. Actually, she's going to the very island that Black Lagoon and the Americans and Garcia are gonna be in. Oh boy, he said some crazy shit for the finale. So boom, Black Lagoon goes to this island to refill, and they know Roberta's here. You know, she always there when you don't need her. But this is probably the worst place to get caught with somebody like her running amok. It's dark, the jungle setting, the grass high as hell. It's literally like a perfect setup for her ass. Like, this whole last shit is like a battle versus Solid Snake, boy. Niggas was getting disconnected from the Discord server, nigga. I ain't never seen nobody land on a nigga gun like that, folks. She was just doing shit at this point. That shit funny as hell. And did you notice her arsenal in this fight? Everything she's using right now, damn near from the Hear Ye, Hergen Durgan collection, folks. She is shitting on trained US military personnel with instincts and severely outdated equipment. But ain't nothing worse than what Shorty was shooting out that goddamn musket.
There's something over there.
Oh, Shorty shooting fist posts out that bitch, folks. She making fresh shishka niggas every shot, folks. And whoever was on that sniper team, nigga, their job sucks. I would have died on jump scare when she popped up into my scope like that, nigga. I think I'd rather be sentenced to two years in Outlast VR, nigga. Look at this. Casually takes a sniper bullet, you know, something light. Shorty looked at her 2 mangled, barely hanging on the fingers, shook them hoes off and abandoned them bitch. Just like, yo, what is she made of? If you thought the 6 jokes were over, they kind of almost are. But then once she like wiped her fingers off, instead of just shooting niggas, she just got to casually bayonetting niggas, folks. Just for a little while to switch up the vibe type shit. She was terrorizing niggas until dawn, and then somehow they finally calm her down and just make this shit a happy ending. Like somehow. Besides all the funny shit in this arc, I really wanted to point out in the last arc, do y'all realize how terrifying this nigga Rock has become? This nigga literally like reminded me of like Kira from Death Note type shit. Like this nigga was sitting there unbothered, emotionless, this entire sequence. Even though he was the one that was putting he had this whole thing like planned out, knowing all the people that was gonna die, putting these children in danger and everything. And it looked like it didn't even begin to like phase the nigga at all. It's a crazy contrast to who he was in the beginning. Overall, the story of Black Lagoon is amazing. It felt really untraditional. Like I like how they connect things, but they do it loosely. So if you want to hop in and rewatch, you can kind of just hop in and start watching at any point you want to. Kind of reminds me of Family Guy a bit. At first, like Black Lagoon's arcs felt kind of disconnected to each other, but then like as you get later into the show, they do like little shit that rewards you for watching. Like revealing Etta is like a CIA agent, or hell, even like Garcia's demeanor change. The show feel like it's always progressing, and the progression of the show is actually like super rewarding in this case. Now let's talk about some of the characters. Bro, Rock is a cool ass nigga, man. I think most of my appreciation for folks really stems from how much like this nigga morals hasn't changed, but how his methods changed and how his demeanor while trying to uphold those morals changed. Besides Garcia, I think Rock has the most like obvious change in character. In the beginning, Rock was like super soft and easily manipulated and like timid, but he was smart and shit. And it obviously makes sense because like he was a regular nigga still. Roanapur and the life he started to live hit this nigga like Brian Dawkins on a slant. Cause man, him being so timid in the beginning made you root for the nigga though. Like, I think I shared the same sentiment with most people that watch this shit. But some of my favorite moments from folks is like when he spoke his mind, no matter how dangerous the person he was speaking his mind to was. Him questioning Revy's morality in that submarine, him standing on not kissing up to Revy anymore when like, even when like the nigga was actually getting threatened by her and shit. Him telling Bella Lyca to stop going after Yukio and Genji because she already won. This nigga's pretty much fearless at this point. And I think that fearlessness is what makes his method so sick now. Like, he wants to save people, but as y'all can see in the final arc, he's willing to sacrifice a lot of things to save who he wants to save, folks. And that's that Roanapur, G. That's that Roanapur for sure. This nigga is now Roanapur Rock. He started off as a smart, like, and timid, like, Japanese businessman. But at the end of this show, I'd argue he's probably one of the scariest niggas in the entire show. And this nigga's character progression is just godlike, man. But Rock is a scary nigga now, folks. Obviously, I like Revy. Who doesn't, you feel me? She's bad. She's cool. She cool as hell. And her character has way more to it than people make it seem. Revy and Rock kind of give each other their like favorite qualities in each other. So Rock took Revy's like toughness and her ability to like put feelings aside and not give a fuck about anything. And Revy took a bit of Rock's like humanity. It may not look like it because she tries to hide it and shit, but I feel like that's really the case. So this is a small detail I noticed, but I could be reaching here obviously. Like this is how I interpret it. So Revy's obviously trying to forget like the details about her upbringing and like her childhood and shit. And you can like semi-safely assume that she doesn't really think about her childhood a lot because she's trying to suppress those memories, right? With Rock around, I think this happened like 3 times throughout the show. But Rock influence kind of makes her think about that shit. And the more she accepts that and the more she thinks about it, the more painful memories start to come up and the more painful memories they start to reveal. That's why we found out at the very end of the show that like she dealt with something super horrifying. That last little flashback she had, even besides her memories, you can kind of tell like how loyal she is to Rock, like through that as well. I think she likes that nigga too, folks. She would never admit it, obviously. Revy progressively gets more and more human throughout the journey. I really love her character. Dutch is a cool ass nigga, man. We didn't get very much of him, but what we did get was great. He's just a really street smart and intelligent nigga, and he's also a really great leader too. Folks not scared to check Revy when she doing too much, and when she heard Revy say that she can't partner with that nigga Rock no more, he made sure to set them niggas up to partner on something immediately, damn near the next day, to hash that shit out. He don't tolerate no bullshit within his team, and unlike Rock, that nigga Dutch is not taking any unnecessary risk either, folks. I think folks have seen some shit in his lifetime. You can tell by like the way he keeps his team safe that he done lost some niggas before. Benny is really cool too. Probably the closest thing to normal that Rock has on the entire team to keep it a being with you. And folks just be out the way. The nigga avoid bullshit too. He don't be trying to get involved in none of that dangerous shit Rock be on. He's super useful and an essential part of the team too. There's not much to say about him. He's really just a chill guy, gang. Like, that's really it. Most of the side characters are cool too, folks. Like, Bella Lyca is raw. Like, you can tell that Rock has at least a tiny bit of influence on her, or like, he at least amuses her type shit. Because I don't think anybody would have got away with anything that Rock got away with her. Mr. Chang is cool. He a really cool, like, manipulative nigga. The Taiwanese shorty is funny as hell. Ed is super cool. She actually, like, one of the few people that Revy actually considers, like, a friend. And she got a decent little bit of depth to her for the whole CIA thing. Yukio is a really good character. And she's kind of, like, a representation of what Rock could have became. Since they kind of shared the same similarities and they kind of were like thrown into this life unwillingly. Genji was that nigga, obviously. A lot of these niggas are raw. I can't even call these next niggas like villains because all these niggas are horrible people. But all the devils in this show are cool characters too. The twins were super effective characters that actually like made you feel bad for them despite their horrible and sick actions. Same thing with Roberta, like to keep it a being with you. The show does a really good job at making niggas like look menacing. There's not a character in this show that I didn't enjoy, and Black Lagoon has phenomenal characters, folks. Oh my God. I usually don't watch anime and dub, but shit, all the voice actors in this shit did they shit. No questions asked. I mean, bro, I watched all this shit in a day. That should tell you how much I enjoyed it. Black Lagoon is amazing. It's an amazing watch. And I can't believe it took me this long to actually give it a try. Someone told me like in the comments on one of my posts, someone told me that this is the only anime where adults actually feel like adults. And I'm inclined to agree. This show is real. Like, and there's not much subject matter wise that this show would stray away from. Shit, we didn't heard about racism, abuse, trafficking, murder, war. Like, it's some heavy ass subject matter in this show, but I think they handled these like serious subjects pretty tastefully, if you ask me. The show is very impressive for a show that came out in 07. This shit is still go to this day. If y'all haven't watched this shit, please do. This shit funny as hell. But that's all for me, man. As always, man, I hope y'all have a great day, man. Love y'all, man. Peace.